With that down, let's move on to main topic number 3. And our third main topic today gets submitted to us by Dovid, who writes, one of Ben Affleck's most criminally underrated and underappreciated movies is The Accountant. Amen, brother. It absolutely is. Anyway, fantastic cast, great action, and great story with a wide open ending for a franchise. Just read that Affleck said they're still trying to get it done, but they could ruin it by turning it into a TV show. Would you be okay with it hitting TV instead of a sequel? All right. Thanks a lot for saying that in, Dovid. And of course, what Dovid is talking about is Ben Affleck, John Bernthal, who was in A Simple Favor, Rob, and Anna Kendrick.
And
Anna
you
Kendrick.
You always forget her name.
I love Anna Kendrick, and I freeze on her name every single time. Don't know why. Listen, incredible cast. That movie, The Accountant, was way better than it had any business being. That movie was so much better than any of us were anticipating, and nobody went to go see it. Because honestly, it didn't look like it was going to be all that great, but it's wonderful. But money speaks in Hollywood because it underperformed. It looked like it would never get a sequel. Then some chatter about a sequel started happening. Then the chatter disappeared. So where's the status now? Well, this is what Ben Affleck had to say about all this. He said, we've talked about doing An Accountant 2. There seems to be a debate whether or not to do a TV series version of it. The scriptwriter, the Ozark creator and showrunner Bill Dubuque, has become quite successful and busy, so he's off doing his thing. And somebody said to me, well, if we could find a script that we could retrofit and make into a sequel. But that's sort of tricky because the personality of the character is so specific. That doesn't really work just to say, well, we used to call this script Action Movie Shootout, and now we're going to call it The Accountant 2. All right, so that's what Ben Affleck's saying about this. So there's a couple of takeaways, Rob, on this that strike me. Takeaway number 1, they are at least still talking about trying to get An Accountant 2 done. And listen, after you've seen the first one and you saw how not great it did at the box office, the fact that they're even still talking about maybe finding a way to do An Accountant 2 speaks volumes, I think, to how much the people who saw that movie loved it and how good quality that movie was. Because it ain't business sense that's talking them into doing another one, Rob. It ain't business sense at this point because it didn't make a lot of money. That being said, Ben Affleck's last comment there makes a lot of sense. Look, you're talking about an action hero who, what was his condition? High functioning Down syndrome? Was that his condition?
Yeah, not Down syndrome. I think he was autistic.
High functioning autism. So forgive me, I'm clearly no expert on that stuff, but understanding the nature of that, which makes it such a unique hero character.
Yeah.
It does make it incredibly difficult. You just can't go out and grab a pre-existing action script and say, oh, let's just change the names of the characters in this, which does happen in Hollywood. Let's just change the names of the characters and we'll say it's The Accountant 2. Because you got it, like the whole nature of Ben Affleck's character is such a centerpiece for what makes this series so unique. And I guess we can't even call it a series yet because it's still only just one film. But it's what makes that film so unique. You just can't go out and just grab any old script and kind of retrofit it. So there is that. The idea of a television series. I don't know, Rob, that doing it as a television series necessarily ruins it. So I'm not going to go that far. But I will say I am far more interested in this property up on a big screen. Just the way it was paced out, the action of it is incredible. All that kind of stuff to me begs for it to be on the big screen instead. Would I still be okay if they did a television series? Sure, because they're making some really good TV today. But I just feel like this is a property that belongs to be a 3 or 4 film series on the big screen with this cast. But I don't know. We'll have to see how this all kind of works out either way. But if the option, Rob, was either no more The Accountant or The Accountant on TV, I'll take The Accountant on TV. But Rob, what did you think about the first film? What do you think about Ben Affleck's comments? And thirdly, what do you think about the idea of it moving into a TV series?
Well, you know, you and I both really like this movie a lot. I really like The Accountant. I think it has an interesting premise. I think Ben Affleck turns in another great performance. It really sticks the landing. I like everything about The Accountant. And to be honest, I would really, it lends itself so well to making another movie. I mean, I would love to see this on big screen. Because one thing, if it's a TV series, it's not going to star Ben Affleck.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be recast. And look, it could very well be a series, and it could be good. I mean, the Lethal Weapon TV series was surprisingly better than it had any right to be as it went along. But it's still, I'm like, it's Lethal Weapons, Riggs, and Murtaugh. It's Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. I mean, and there has been a lot of TV series that have been as good, if not better, than movies, like MASH being one of them. But for this, I think this character deserves. I want the Die Hard 2 of accountant movies, John. I mean, I think the Accountant 2, crunch numbers harder, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, but I would love to see another accountant movie. But if they do go the TV series route, again, I hope it's slick. I hope it's well done. I hope you end up with a show that's the equivalent of what Fargo has become on TV to the original film. If we could get some of that quality, bring it on.
All right, guys. Question here is, what do you think about Ben Affleck's comments? Did you even see The First Accountant? If you haven't, shame on you, my friends. Make sure you watch The Accountant. Or maybe you did see and you didn't even like it. Do you think it belongs on the big screen? Or maybe you'd like to see it give it a go on TV. What are you guys thinking? Jump down into the comments section and let us know your thoughts. Okay,